what's up? So, guess what day it is? It's our anniversary, our 5-year anniversary. And we're so excited, despite how we're celebrating it, because we had these big plans to go away and have so much fun. But COVID-19 happened and just canceled that whole thing. So instead, this weekend, well, actually last weekend, we just decided, like, randomly, very random, to book a hotel. We live in Jersey, so we were trying to find a beach or whatever. We booked a Hilton, and then, you know, we just stayed there for the weekend, had just intimate, good time together. Then we went to the beach. We had a good time there, dinner and things like that. So that was the best. Yeah, it was fun, but that was the best that we can do in this climate. Yeah. But I did just enjoy not being home, not having that responsibility, and like things like that. We were able to actually just like relax. Yeah, it was just like mad relax, and that's, I think, more than anything what I enjoy, just being with him and just relaxing.
So on our anniversary, we decided to put y'all into some game, you know, to see how, let y'all know how we made it. How we made it, 5 years. And
yeah, because you know what, I think people just like, oh, okay, it's 5 years, but not a lot of people make it to 5 years. And I feel like there's a statistic somewhere that some people don't make it past 1. So we're actually, and that's why we wanted to make it such a big deal and like do it big. I remember even telling you when we first got married that I wanted to do a vow renewal on our 5th year, but first of all, life just happens way too fast, and 5 years it just came. But we're definitely gonna do it for our 10. But I already had in my mind like just milestones. So I think like from the jump, just I guess having something to look forward to is one of the many things that I guess kind of pushed us here. But yeah, I think, oh, sorry. I think that I think that 5 years, as little as a number may be, it is a big deal, and it holds some significance. And so we decided, like you said, just to put y'all on some game on how we made it this far, because it wasn't easy. Like the statement for our entire marriage, it's so much fun despite the drama. So where do we start?
So I would say, before getting married, please get counseling.
Yes.
You know, we go to your, hopefully your church, they have counseling. They offer that.
Yeah, premarital counselors.
There you go.
Yeah.
So hopefully they offer that. If not, you can be counseled by
your pastor. I think you can actually just like find a counselor, like how you find a therapist. But I just feel like it's necessary, absolutely necessary, because you may think in dating that you know someone, and you're thinking that you're asking the necessary questions. But I remember, like, there were some questions that our counselor, shout out to Kim and Jean, that they asked us, and I was just like, and then we were young. Remember, we got married at 23, and so we did the marriage counseling at what, 20, 21?
Yeah, maybe like 21.
I think, was that 23 or you 23 and I was 22? Man, I don't know at this point. But obviously we were young and we were trying to figure out, we weren't thinking of like things like, okay, like our living situation. We're just thinking, you know, we're gonna be together, and and it's just, oh yeah, 2 people living together, like how fun is that? And not fun at all. But I mean, no, it can be fun, but it's just like, we have to go through like knowing roles. Are there gonna be any roles?
Right. Who's gonna do what?
Yeah, who's gonna do what? Responsibilities. Man, I tell you, this is why I would tell anybody, brace yourself, because dating is all fun and games when there is no responsibility. Once responsibility hit the picture, it's just like you got another person in your marriage, right? His name is responsibility, and he's here to check you, he's here to annoy you, like he's here to like cause a rift between you. So it's just like, realize that when two people come together and there's going to be a household, there's going to be major responsibility. And imagine for those who have kids, like straight up, that's another level of it. So yeah, premarital counseling. Do you remember anything that that they told us?
Yeah, definitely have patience. Compromising. I feel like those are the key. Patience and compromising, because you know, obviously y'all two different people,
right?
And y'all wants and needs is gonna be different. So yeah, make sure y'all both getting what y'all want. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
You know,
and
nobody overlooks each other feelings. It's just like, all right, I know what you want, and you know what I want. You know, how can we make this work?
And that can be easy to like just think that it's all about you and just want things a certain way, but definitely.
I forgot the number one.
What?
Pray.
Oh, yes. That's the only way. That's the only way we made it. I'm telling you the truth.
Pray together.
Yeah.
Night, morning. If you gotta do it over the phone, do it over the phone.
Legit.
You know, read the Bible. Do devotion.
The devotions.
You know.
And you know what? Just on that topic, I think another major thing besides having God as your center to get you through these years, another major key is having a circle of people, one, who believe in your marriage and who believe in the good in you individually. Because there were even moments where it's just like I had to go to someone or you had to go to someone just so we can like come back down to earth, because it was so crazy. Yeah. So it's just like having a good village, a good circle, whatever you want to call it, is key.
You don't have to do it by yourself.
Right. Definitely. Community. You do not have to do it by yourself. And that was a big misconception, because I grew up in a Caribbean household where it's secrecy, like everything, and you can't let your neighbor know your business, and you can't let this person know you're going through something in your marriage. Like that's crazy talk to a Caribbean person, like, you know. So
but that's how you feel.
Right.
You don't tell nobody, you try to do things yourself.
And then when you realize that there's someone else actually going through exactly what you're going through,
they did, and you can be like, okay, I didn't try that, you know. You
feel less crazy. You legit feel less crazy. So that was okay. So just for the beginning, like when we started the top, premarital counseling. Definitely take premarital counseling. We're not going too deep into everything, but it's just like they go through so much that literally opens your eyes and just and helps you get prepared in a sense for what's about to happen for the rest of your life. Yes. So premarital counseling.
What would you say? What would you say? Anything that most surprised you about me
in the last 5 years?
The last 5 years.
I would say the most surprising thing that I learned about George.
Get ready.
Right, because I'm just like, is it good or bad? So I'll tell you this. I think this is what I learned about men in general.
Tell them.
This is what I learned about men in general. Men have emotions. As crazy as it sounds. I just grew.
We're human.
No, but you know what? I just feel like it's the way you grow up. You think men are just these hard beings, right? And it's just like, obviously, you know, I've been in other relationships. I've seen men cry over the wrong reason and just want you back after they did you wrong. But I'm talking about like real emotions that's like deep rooted. That's like, I didn't think like things. I don't know if it sounds crazy.
Is that I'm emotional.
No, not that you're emotional, because honestly, I feel like all men should be able to be emotional, to explore their emotions. I feel like that's a healthy thing to do. But what I learned is that you didn't, because when I say that, it's just like I remember, you know, you care about like certain things or whatever, and then it's just like there'll be times where there's these like outbursts of emotions, and I'm just like, it went from a place of just like oh, it seems like, you know, he's just cool, chill about everything. And then when something really gets to him, good or bad, there's an outburst. Like, you used to suppress hard, like, all your emotions, and then when you're ready to let it out, even if you're happy, like, remember there's times, and that's why, like, he used to, like, get mad that I used to make a big deal when he would, like, cry happy tears, because I never seen them. So,
oh, come here.
Yo, I used to do that. I legit used to, I used to be like, he's crying. What you crying about? Like, I used to literally be so dramatic because I just never saw it. And then on the flip side, him being angry. It's just like he will bottle these things up and suppress everything. So I think the biggest thing that I learned is just that men suppress things. Like real deep. Like, it's not just surface level, or it's not that y'all just don't feel anything, or it's not like you're just like a chill, cool person all the time. It's just that you're suppressing things and you have real emotions, maybe even more emotional than women. So, but the thing is just that y'all don't show it enough. And I feel like that's what it was. But it really surprised me, like the times when he would show extreme happiness or extreme anger or extreme sadness or whatever. That was like a big thing for me, because I didn't think that it exists. And that's why, like, half of the times in our arguments or whatever, I would be like, you don't care about nothing, because I just never seen the emotion, and then randomly I would. But yeah, so that was like a surprising thing that I learned. Just your emotions in general. What about me? Anything surprised you from the beginning? Guys, we been together 8 years total. 8 years. But yeah, so from the beginning until now, anything surprised you?
I wouldn't say anything like significant surprised me, but I would say that from when we was talking before, I used to say you only used to cook pancakes, and which I remember. But now thinking now, you know, the amazing chef you are, it was because of me.
Guys, honestly, if you love my cooking, if you love my videos,
I started it.
Honestly, I think like George is George is a part of my purpose. Like, hard body, like God sent you and like sparked something in me. Cause I tell everyone this, you know, you hear those chefs, yes, I was cooking since 5 years old. And well, not this girl, okay? Not this girl. Her girl wasn't cooking nada, like it was nothing. And then I met him and something in me was just like, I gotta feed this man. I don't know what it was.
You need too much now.
Look, something in me was just like, no, like, and we started off with Velveeta, with some Velveeta, some chicken. Broccoli. Spaghetti, like, you know, the basic, like the Texas real sauce. With some Texas toast. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna say some pictures, like it was real embarrassing.
But
it was real embarrassing.
I say that to just say that,
yeah,
I see the growth, you know. I seen that you didn't cook and you could have just stuck like, oh, whatever, that's what I do, and you took it upon yourself to be like, all right, I have well, I guess I was your boyfriend at the time. Maybe you seen something that I didn't see. You're just like, you know what? You know, I want to not only like take care of my boyfriend, I want to better myself.
Yeah.
You know, I want to.
Because I did find, I found a passion for it, and then you were like all up in that passion for it. So, it surprised me too. That was a surprise for me too. Ain't nobody ever think that I was gonna be a cook, a great cook. Like, that was a surprise for the world. I don't know. Well, I went to school for psychology, so I knew that that was part of my path, like mental health, adolescence, and just working like in jails and stuff. That's like another part of me that, you know, but cooking like took over my life. It's a thank you.
God has a plan for you.
So corny.
Don't worry about it.
Oh. Anything else past the bird? Okay. So, all right. So, with all of that said, I feel like we've been through a lot. Like, 5 years seem really, really small, but we like, and there's things that we're going to disclose at the there's things that we're going to disclose at a later time, but we've been through hell and back. Like, when I'm saying hell, we've been through a lot, and we've made it here literally by the grace of God. And so how do we, or how would you say we make it another 40 years? Like, what would be your advice to someone that just hit 5 years? Or and that would be literally the same advice for us. How do we keep going?
I would say, like I said, you know, continue praying, trust in the Lord. Don't get comfortable. I feel like that's a good one. Meaning, like, every day doing the same thing. Like, if it's a good thing, like, you know, I always bring flowers. You know, that's cool. But, you know, spice things up sometime, do things a little different. You know, make a different meal or whatever it is. But just don't get comfortable and really just, like, every day is the same thing. You just get used to it, you know. Spice up your marriage. And, you know.
Okay. Camera shut off. But being aware. I think that for these next couple, the next year, the future, just the future in general, sorry guys.
Oh, I'm saying
for the future, yeah, spice things up and stuff, but yes, to piggyback off of that, in the future, what I would like to do and master is just being aware of your feelings, right? And not just being aware, but then having action behind it. I think like that's a big thing for me or anyone, because it's just like you could be so self-absorbed sometimes with your own everything, emotions and responsibility and everything. And so it's just like, if I peep that you're upset or annoyed about something, I wouldn't say anymore like, what are you annoyed about, or whatever, like, you'll get over it. I need to approach you. I need to approach you, and I need to, and I've been doing that, like, oh, hey, what's wrong, whatever. But and then you need to reciprocate by actually talking to me and being open about it, but just being aware in the sense that that way we get to know each other better, because we know when something's completely off. We know when something is the opposite. It's just like we're able to kind of, when people say, I know you like the back of my hand, but emotion wise, because I feel like it's so easy for people to hide their emotion, but I feel like once you become just more aware, you'll be able to sense it, especially with someone you love. But I feel like that's gonna help us. And humility, being humbled through it all, and having grace for each other with certain things. These are all things, guys, that I clearly need to work on. I'm like just thinking about, how are we? Because then obviously the next couple of years is gonna look like kids for us, right? And it's so important for me to set a good example. I think like that's like my biggest fear that I've just always like thought about. It's just like, I don't want my kids to look up to the person that I was.
Pick up your bad habits.
Yeah. Like, and that's real. Like, I really don't want my kids to just have some of my habits. I'm just like, oh, you're gonna go through some stuff that's not gonna be good, because you're just too much like me, and I want them to have like a better future, emotionally and things like that. So I feel like I want us to be in a place where we're able to communicate, where we're able to have grace for each other, where we're able to be humble in certain situations, be super affectionate. I feel like it's very easy in 5 years to not be as affectionate as you were when you were dating.
Right.
So
get caught up in like work and, you know, life happens, but you don't want to forget about your spouse. Right.
So that's another thing. Like, I want to be more affectionate. I want to, you know, just everything. I just want it to like propel. So yes, I think that that's the only way that we're gonna make it another 5 years, another 15, another 20. is all of that, and keeping God as our center. Because the thing is, we're saying all this, but it's just like, we know it's really not gonna be perfect. We don't know what the future is gonna hold. We don't know what hiccup is gonna come and try to disrupt us. We don't know what the enemy has planned, because he doesn't like that we made it this far. Because the things we went through, I'm pretty sure that he is upset that we made it through some things that we did. So,
you mad, bro?
You mad, bro? So the fact that we did this far and we have plans and looking forward to more victorious years together, I think that he's already trying to, you know, cook something up, but it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. We got this. But yeah, I think that we just have to just be more aware, and even in being more aware of the attacks.
Yes.
Right, that is placed on us, because I think that there's sometimes, right, that I would peep that this argument makes no sense, but then you have to like think about what's happening, and it's just like, oh shoot, our anniversary is coming up. We said that, you just like, our anniversary is coming up, and we're like fussing for no reason, or like this is happening, and then when you peep that, check it. It's just like, that's another little, I guess, nugget that you guys can take. Check everything that just doesn't make sense. Like, this doesn't make sense. This is clearly an attack from the enemy, and we just gotta shut it down.
Right, like, don't be afraid to just ask from Zach, because when we was going through it, I was like, hold up, we arguing about random things.
Yeah.
Like, our anniversary is a couple of days, so it's like, you know, let's just try to relax and not be frustrated with each other. You know, that doesn't mean that whatever y'all was arguing about is over, but now you're just taking it with a different approach.
Yeah.
You know, so don't be afraid to call it out, and then my thing is, there's nothing wrong with working it out. You know, you don't want to be mad with your spouse forever. So, you know, you could calm things down and, you know, just take it a different approach on it.
Yeah, so definitely awareness is key. Awareness is key in every aspect of the word. Being aware of yourself, being aware of your emotions, the emotions of your spouse, being aware of attacks that may happen, and knowing, you know, just what's right and what's wrong. What else did we say? Prayer, keeping God as your center.
Got to. Patience,
spicing it up, having grace, having forgiveness, understanding.
Forgiveness is good.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to forgive.
Yeah, because you know what? I feel like that's literally our marriage. Yeah, that's like a big chunk of our marriage, forgiveness. I feel like without forgiveness, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here at all. So, all that good stuff. I'm just really happy that we can make this video. We made it to 5 years, bro. Like, we're like, you know what? I'll make a prediction. The next 5 years, I see 2 children.
Or more.
You just kicked it. I see 2, okay, 2 or more. I see 2 or 5 years though?
You never know.
You're welcome. So, in the next 5 years, when we make a video like this, I see 2 children. I see my car. Right, we took a materialistic thing. I see maybe a new house. Maybe a new house. Yes, we just moved into this one. Maybe a new house. I see wealth.
Amen. Yes.
Wink, wink, wink. I see wealth. I see them, right? I see it in my future. You know, this is manifesting. I see wealth. But I see love, and I feel like you guys are gonna start to see our purpose of being together. I think that that's gonna be the greatest thing. I think that our purpose, our marriage purpose, is gonna manifest in the next couple years. We didn't get married young for no reason. We didn't go through half of the struggles that we went through for no reason. And I think that even on a bigger platform, you'll see why it was necessary that George and I went through, the things that we did, how we overcame it and things like that. So those are my predictions for the next couple of years. I think it's gonna be good.
I know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be good. So in sum of all of it, I am just really happy that we made the decision that we made 5 years ago to just do life together. It's been amazing. And just knowing just like all the little things that we know about our future makes me even more excited. So yes, I love you.
Love you too.
So anything you gotta say to the people?
I would say and ask, I would ask that, what do you want more from us?
Yeah.
As, you know, lovebirds, you know, what can we do for y'all? Any questions? Let us know.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't want you guys to be afraid to ask us anything deep, because that's literally what's been happening. You guys ask us very surface questions, and I'm just like, surface questions get surface answers.
True.
That's why we're only like, you know, you gotta do forgiveness, so you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But if you ask us specifically, then we're able to think like, okay, what did we actually go through that time? How did we get out of it? We can dive into that and things like that. So ask some questions, some good ones, and we're an open book basically. So
let us know.
But guys, we're about to go to dinner.
Yes, I'm hungry.
Yes, I'm starving like on a million, and the rain just stopped. So we're about to go to dinner, enjoy the rest of our day. We basically celebrated it last weekend, but it's just like we can't let the day go by without doing something too. So we're gonna go to dinner. All right, love you guys and see you guys later.